Has this ever happened to you? You tune in to watch Saints Gaming compete at your favorite title, but you end up missing it. Scrolling through Twitter to find results is just such a chore, and it looks like there's no easy way to find out everything you've missed. Luckily, there's a solution. Hi, Millie Bays here, and I'd like to introduce you to St. Clair's Bird's Eye View, the #1 show to keep up with everything about Saints Gaming. Get weekly recaps, see great highlights, hear exclusive interviews with players and staff, and so much more. That's Bird's Eye View, available in podcast or video form at a website near you.
Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome back to some more NACE Star League playoff action. It has been an absolute roller coaster of emotions here throughout the past 2 days, dealing with this Rocket League and Call of Duty playoffs. But we're back in here. We do have a confirmed game. This one's 100% getting played through on the Saints Gaming stream, and I'm very excited. My name's Jackson the Proud Brown, joined alongside John Bill Bangzadima. We're going to be your hosts here for this evening. We're not even this evening. It's middle of the day.
We're in the afternoon.
Yeah, St. Clair College versus James Madison University here, JMU. How are you feeling about this one?
Well, St. Clair is in the losers bracket, so it is win or go home. You are out of the playoffs if you lose these series. It is best of 7, so a lot of opportunities here. But we saw yesterday a match that we weren't expecting St. Clair to lose up against Stockton Gold, but the fact that they've made their way all the way to the winners finals now, they've beaten teams like Akron, like us, and several other teams as well. So I definitely think looking forward, it doesn't matter really what seeding is because they were the 16th seed.
Yeah.
And they were beating, we were the 9th seed. Akron was the 1 seed.
Out the
and
window.
They were destroying us. So it's interesting to see these lower ranked teams end up doing so well and getting so far in this bracket.
Yeah, we can actually take a peek at the bracket now that you actually do mention it. So I'm going to be cutting over to that one here. Now when you will take a peek, it is going to be St. Clair Saints and JMU there in the losers round 6, match number 4 there. And then on the other side of that one, you got Boise and Indiana. Everybody in the end is looking to go play Bay State here. That is in losers semifinals right there. That's where Bay State is currently located. And yeah, that's where St. Clair and Boise State are probably, my anticipation, St. Clair 4-1 JMU, Boise State 4-2 Indiana, and then we're going to see St. Clair, Boise State. They battled out to play Bay State, and that's just going to be a bloodbath between those 3 teams there. And I'm very excited to see how this one all plays through. But yeah, I think we got St. Clair and Boise as our favorites here down on this side of the lower bracket. But we actually probably take a little bit of a look over on a little bit more of this bracket as well. This is the other side of losers. We have Akron, the SEU Hilltoppers, Oakland Esports, and then UT Dallas there on that one. They're all looking to go in to play San Diego State. So lots of good teams down there as well. I know that we've seen the Hilltoppers, Akron, and Oakland, and San Diego all continuously throughout this one. It's actually, UT Dallas is a team that I haven't really seen too much of. Do you have any kind of info on that one?
I haven't really seen them at all, but it looks like they've had a couple no-shows. They beat Jayhawk there, a lower-ranked team, but I think Oakland's going to be their first real test in this bracket.
No, 100%. Oakland's going to be tough for them.
San Diego State and Bay State waiting for those teams at the very end. They will be playing tomorrow at noon. So whoever wins these games today will be moving on to face those teams. And Bay State is no joke.
Winners is a whole other breed, I think, right now. I'm not sure. I think there's 2 teams left up there, or maybe even just one up in there. Winners. No, Northwood and Stockton. Yeah. So Stockton, the team that we dropped to yesterday 4-1, is going to be here in winners finals. That's a guaranteed top 3 position for both of those 2 teams. The loser of that game will be dropping to losers finals. But, I mean, Stockton, they really have... I'm still shocked. It's the next day, sure. 12 hours. I got a good sleep in between me, but I'm still shocked. They're Stockton.
They 4-0'd San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah, They've smashed this.
One match. Oh, I thought they 4-0'd us too. I thought that we were able to take one, but
we did take one. I think the bracket might be wrong here. So,
but
I mean, regardless, still 4-0 Akron, 4-1 us. They're winning all of these pretty handily. And for being a 16 seed, that's very, very impressive. But as we say that, we're going to get into our first game of the Rocket League day here at St. Clair up against SBO.
No, JMU.
Or JMU. I don't know why he's SBO in his name there, but
yeah, it's probably his own little organization there. But it is going to now be the side of JMU and St. Clair getting into this one here. It is going to be a best of 7, I believe. Yes, it is going to be a best of 7 here throughout NACE playoffs. And I mean, first to 4, it's really going to be a lot to start us off here with this game number 1. We do see J-Comp and Fusion once again, no more Spoods, and that's definitely an interesting line. But yeah, I'm liking seeing Fusion in this lineup more consistently. I think that it's also just awesome to see him come through here now in the playoffs after not seeing a crazy amount of him in regular season.
Yeah, it's definitely a change here, but it allows for some consistency in their play, and hopefully it helps them improve their chemistry as a team, because you are playing with those same players. You're getting more used to their rotations and how to play around them. So definitely helps them out, but that's going to be a nice save there on the goal line for Fusion to start us off, and he's doing well here in the first minute.
Yeah, great start there. Fusion's great playing both sides of the ball, and we are going to see St. Clair keep this one on the offensive end, of JMU here now. And it is going to still be about a minute past and a little bit slower of a start than I anticipated. I feel like both teams are kind of just getting feelers out there for how the other team wants to play and kind of just getting warmed up here in their day. They've obviously probably all been in training maps and whatnot, but other than that, I mean, they're just trying to get warmed up and get the day started.
Yeah, for sure. And when you're this far into the bracket, obviously a lot of these teams are going to be very, very challenging. I think a lot of the regular season, St. Clair Gold dominated a lot of their opponents that we saw yesterday. They got pretty much smoked there by Stockton, only taking that one game in OT. And otherwise, they were just outclassed. So I think for St. Clair, it's kind of a mental reset. And you have a day to sleep on it, a day to, okay, we're in losers. Now we have to win all these games. And kind of a day to recharge and rethink how your strategy is going to be going into these next couple series.
Yeah, 100%. So right now it is going to be a little bit of a midfield battle here between these two teams. Jay trying to find that one onto the ball, but will not go, so it is going to be sent over towards the corner. Now Fusion looking to play this one from the air. He's trying to drop that one down. It is going to be around here in midfield. Jay going to be putting it into the offense. Comp for a potential shot. It's going to go on net, but Loco going to be there for the save from JMU.
Yeah, some pretty solid defense start us off. No goals scored here yet. It does feel a little bit of a slower place, like you're saying earlier. You're just kind of feeling out your opponents, seeing how they play, how they rotate around each other, and figuring out, kind of getting warmed up with your teammates as well. It is this long series. It is 7 games, so you definitely have a lot of time to pull yourself together, a lot of time to get used to this game, and a lot of time to warm up before you get getting serious in those games 3 and 4 is when you really see teams start to put some goals in and pop off.
Yeah, nice quick shot coming out there from Comp, but it will not connect with the back of the net, so it's going to be sent out back towards this midfield position. Now Comp trying to send this one over to Fusion. It's a nice little passing play, but not going to work out ideally, but never mind. Jay going to come and intercept that ball, sends it up to Fusion in the corner. This is a good center. This is a perfect shot, but no, Comp just a little late on that one. Going to be now needing St. Clair to regroup.
Deoda with a nice save on the backside there. Just under 2 minutes left now in this game. Both teams with a couple chances, but nothing really coming out of them. Here, Jay with a shot on net, off the post, looks for the rebound, not going to find it though. Usually going to shoot that one towards the net, but Loco with a nice save. Jay with another opportunity, not going to take it though. Comp will, and they will clear it out though. So a couple good chances there for St. Clair, just not able to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, really unfortunate there if you are from the side of St. Clair to not be able to connect on that play there. Now it's going to get a little scary as JMU is in the offensive territory, but Jay quickly sending that one back over towards JMU's side. It is going to be Loco riding this one off the wall, trying to translate this one into an aerial play. But yeah, like you were saying, I mean, St. Clair had a great couple of chances there just a moment ago, and they just weren't able to capitalize on them. But Loco going to find the corner of the net, assisted by Diora. And it is going to be JMU taking a 1-0 lead here in game number 1. And the big game at that, this is the momentum that starts everything here, and Loco finding that back in the net. Great shot there from JMU.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jay just a little bit slow on that rotation, was able to get back in the net there. And JMU get the first goal of this series, get some momentum in their favor, and with just over a minute left here, St. Clair are going to have to find an answer back here rather quickly, because I feel like yesterday specifically, they really struggled in finding those quick answers, right? I feel like a lot of times they even got jumped out to these early 1-goal, 2-goal leads, but we just saw an instant answer from Stockton. I want to see St. Clair pick that up from them from yesterday and try and convert it into this series, because I think that's going to be such a deal breaker for them if they can't find these goals to answer in response to what JMU is going to throw at them.
Yeah, I mean, St. Clair, they've been having some nice shots on the net. Just the JMU defense has been immaculate so far, starting us off in this game 1. And Jay taking a bit of a 50-50 up there in towards the mid-air, but it will not go in his direction. Loco going to transfer this into an offensive play. A passing play actually sent over there to Rever from the side of JMU, but it will not connect as well. Now, Diora and Fusion getting into a little bit of a tussle, but this is once again in JMU on the offense. St. Clair have to clear out of their zone and find a scoring play here if they do want to send this one to OT.
Just under 30 seconds left. St. Clair need to find some offense here. Haven't really been able to force it into the offensive zone so far. Really good clears here. Quality clears by JMU. have forced St. Clair to stay in their zone for a lot of this game, and especially in this last minute when they need to be pushing forward. They haven't really been able to find an opportunity here. Jay, with the last ditch effort here, will get it past one, but has to find it all the way up the side there. Does get demoed. Loco going to pick it up, and this is going to be tough. I don't think you're going to take this one, and JMU going to take game number 1.
Yeah, right. I mean, they have to the ball touches the ground, but it's going to touch the ground right there, and it's going to leave JMU with a 1-0 lead here in this series. And game 1 is such a momentum setter, such a tempo changer, and such like a putting you in kind of in the driver's seat of the series. 1-goal game. I mean, that's actually crazy. We've seen a lot of those last night during Stockton, really close knit games. Very, one-sided games or 1-goal games, and we are going to see it now. St. Clair forced to answer back here. I don't think they can afford to drop a second in a row here in the series. I'm going to be completely honest with you, John.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something they need to work on, is getting themselves an early lead. We saw they're playing very defensive, playing not going for those risky plays. And I think for me, earlier on in the season, that's where they shone through, was where they had those risky plays that they took. They ended up taking advantage of it. And yes, sometimes it doesn't work out for you, but I think the explosiveness of St. Clair was so entertaining to see, and it helped them get these early leads and build off of them and keep that momentum going. And I feel like they haven't really been playing that explosive offensive play style. They've really been kind of working on their defense and getting their rotations through, which are nice. But the problem is, it is just that one mistake that you make, and it costs you the entire game when you play this kind of defensive style. Yep,
and JMU going to be back into back into the orange here, and the driver's seat also of this game, to be honest here. But it is going to be St. Clair heavily putting on the offense here now, and I agree with you, right? I think that St. Clair should lessen on the defense and focus more on the offense here. Like, yes, it might allow in a few more goals for your side, but I think that St. Clair's offensive pressure might just be too much for JMU to handle, and it might really benefit them in that regard. Comp, though, going to get a nice little demo there onto Loco, but can't find the clear shortly after, so it's going to allow JMU to reset.
Yeah, I think St. Clair has been struggling to clear these balls out of their zone. We've seen a couple times that they have had a chance to push it into the offensive side of the field. There have just been beautiful quality clears by JMU, and it's forced them to over-rotate and force them to go back into their own zone. And it means that they don't really get real quality chances. You hear they're just kind of throwing the ball at the net, not finding anything, and it means that JMU get it back. And if they can't clear like JMU can, it means they're not really getting balls into the offensive zone. They're not able to take advantage of it, not going to be able to convert that into real good quality chances.
Good attempt, but Comp not able to send that one away. And now Loco and Fusion going to get into the one in midfield. It's going to go in favor of Fusion, but Jay now sent it right back towards his zone. But Jay with a solid clear. That's a good bench. It's going to be stopped from Loco there, but it was a great little shot. And for a second, me and you, I think both thought that was a little bit of an open net.
It was a close one there. Unfortunately, just not a lot of speed for Jay on that shot, so wasn't able to take advantage of it. Didn't have a lot of boosts. This is a double commit, actually. Does mean the shot's going to come through. A nice tap on Jay there, but nice save by Fusion, saving his teammate there. Jay bumped out a net, but Fusion there to have his back and keep this at a 0-0 scoreline just over 2 minutes into this game. Yeah,
Loco's been doing a good job of bumping those goalies, and he did find one there, but luckily for St. Clair, there was actually 2 goalies in net to stop that shot from JMU, but that could have been dangerous, and now going to be looking for a center, but JMU going to be Rever, just quickly sending it away.
I think it's Rever?
Yeah, it's like Trevor with a W. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
but
Rever.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. That's what I'm thinking. But anyways, Diora going to get that demo onto Jay there. It's going to be, once again, JMU into the offense. And I think that we're going to see the storyline of this game kind of come through here as like 1-0 to maybe like 2-0, 2-1 games, because it has been absolutely low-scoring, defensive-heavy this whole series through. I know we're only 7.5 minutes in, but 1 goal has only been scored.
Yeah, and I definitely like what JMU have been attempting here. A lot of times they'll send one person up and they'll send at least 1 or 2 to commit on hitting a goalie, demoing the goalie, at least getting the goalie out of position to give their offense an opportunity here. I think St. Clair need to do some more of that, because it seems like a lot of times they're just kind of throwing the ball at the net and hoping that they make a mistake and it goes in. And when you're at this top level, when you're this far into the bracket, you can't be a team looking for the other team to make mistakes, because top tier teams aren't going to be making mistakes. You have to try and create your own opportunities to score goals.
At this level in playoffs, I couldn't agree more with you, right? It's every team here is now a top team. Every team's proved why they belong here and why they deserve to be in this playoff bracket. Ooh. Great shot there coming through from Diora, but Jay going to be able to save that quick one, and that's another one. You're going to be off the post from the side of JMU, though. Comp trying to translate this into an offensive play, trying to get there as fast as he can, but not fast enough. It's going to be Fusion trying to recenter this one up here now, but Diora quickly shutting that one down, forcing Jay to play this one from his own crease.
Very, very low-scoring games here to start us off. Teams not wanting to take chances, but that's going to be a goal. Rever going to find a first goal of the game again for JMU, just over a minute and a half left in this one.
It all started with Loco's 50-50 here. He will find that one, then everybody from St. Clair's over-rotated because they really thought they had it, right? They had the control of the ball. They're like, okay, we're all going to drive up and we're going to set up a play. No, JMU gets one pick off. There's a player behind from the side of JMU. It allows for a beautiful play to come through. and it's going to now be St. Clair falling down a 1-goal deficit here early into this one. Not really even early in this one, late into this one here once again. And can they answer back? That's the biggest question. They haven't been able to find a goal yet all day. So, I mean, despite it is only 8.5 minutes in, but all day is like, you need to find one to start off your day. You need to.
I mean, there hasn't really been a ton of quality chances that they've had. They've had a couple opportunities here and there, but unfortunately just haven't been able to hit the target. They've been off the post, off the crossbar, just haven't been able to get that one in the back of the net. So they need to try and find something here early on, get themselves started on this offense, because right now with 0 goals, almost 2 games in, you really need to find something on that offensive side, or else, you know, this could be a 4-0 or a 4-1 if they can't start picking up soon.
Yes, agreed with you there. So Fusion still trying to make a play here from the top shelf, but not going to go, and it's going to be dropped back down to Comp to save this play, but that might be a goal, and that is going to be it. Diora going to find that one, barred down to the post, and in River with the assist, and Diora going to find the goal. Just a nice play here. Comp was trying his best, but just can't get enough on it. Fusion going to come through, and he can't save that one as well. It's going to be JMU taking a 2-0 lead here, and this might be putting things away for the side of JMU, unless St. Clair, I mean, they haven't found a goal yet this series. Now they have to find 2 in 40 seconds. It's going to be very difficult for them.
A heartbreaker for Fusion 2. He had the pinch there, but unfortunately went off the post and in instead of off the post and out. So a good try there, but unfortunately just not enough. And we need to see some offense from these guys. They're just like this, though. Comp going to find the offense they're looking for. Going to score their first goal of the series for St. Clair. Just under 30 seconds left. They need to find a second here real soon, but definitely doable now that Comp has scored one. And just a beautiful touch.
Yeah. I mean, it was in between 2 players there, and there was literally a sliver that he could have shot that ball through. He had a nice curve on it. It's going to allow for St. Clair there to find their first of the day, and now actually provide them some hope here in this game number 2. Right now you have 25 seconds, and instead of having to score 2, you only have to score 1. Yes, it's still a tough task, but a lot more doable, and this is anybody's game here now.
Very doable for St. Clair. They need 15 seconds here to try and tie this one up. They did finally find their first goal of the series here. Comp getting some footing down on the ground. Jay with the opportunity here to push this one towards middle, but no, he's going to be denied. He will punch it towards Comp, though. Comp looking for someone in the middle. No, not going to find it. Fusion with the opportunity here, but it will be denied again. That's going to be it. Ball will slam into the ground, and JMU going to take game number 2 and go up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, so I know that Fusion has been having some of that county internet problems here in Windsor, and he actually isn't in the nest here today. So I don't know what the issue is, but he did just disconnect. So we might be seeing something happen, maybe a reset or something along those lines, maybe even a substitute in and see a third player come through. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's JMU though with the 2-0 series lead. That's devastating for St. Clair against, you know, I mean, seedings don't mean a whole lot, but theoretically, St. Clair is a much more known Rock League roster, much more known team here in this community than the side of JMU. So I'm very surprised to see this series score is what it is right now.
Yeah, I definitely think the last couple weeks for the Rocket League Gold team hasn't really been their best performances. I think even their first playoff series that they played before the Stockton one, that seemed very leisurely, and it didn't really seem like they were trying all that hard. They did end up winning 4-1 in pretty dominant fashion, but it was kind of one of those games where it was more of a gimme than anything. It wasn't, you know, you're playing against these top-level teams. So I think for St. Clair, you have to kind of mental reset and say, okay, we lost against Stockton. They were 16th seed. We're playing against JMU. Just because they're a lower seed, it doesn't mean that they're going to be the worst team. It means that whatever team shows up on the day is going to make the difference in the playoff series. And St. Clair, now down 2-0, need to show up on this day if they're going to want to come back in this one.
100%. So we're about 20 seconds here through this one, just starting us off in game number 3, and you can't afford to drop it. You can't be put in a position where you have to reverse sweep. It's the worst in best of 7s. Comp, though, looking for a little bit of an entrance here, and he might be able to find something, but no, nothing there for him early into this one. Jay now looking to battle it. There's a lot of cars over here trying to take this ball here, and it is actually me Comp able to win it, but Loco will play off that one. And Jay, though, with a shot. Nice save there from Reaver. That is going to be sent off and off the post. Great stuff there from JMU on the defense.
Yeah, they've been a stonewall here. Comp really scoring the only goal for St. Clair, and it was a beautiful one at that. Just a nice touch, but other than that, really, St. Clair haven't had a lot of good quality chances, but Jay going to pick up his first goal of the series, and nobody in net there, just going to get a little nice little tap in there. But really good job by Fusion there, able to win that 50-50, give Jay an opportunity to put that one in the net. So
sorry, Diora disconnected, I believe?
Oh. Yeah, it's a 3v2 right now. So
yeah, so that's a little bit of an interesting turn of events. You will see them both head towards this net here to defend up on the defensive side, but I'm not sure the NACE Star League rules on disconnections in Rocket League. I really am not, to be completely honest with you. but Diora's back in this game here. That's probably the rule right there. Just join back ASAP. He is going to be back into this one, but St. Clair is going to find a goal in result. I think that was well. The player was disconnected as well.
Yeah.
That's going to make things very, very tough for the SFJMU, and that's just honestly, that is unfortunate. Usually I like to steer away from the word unfortunate throughout a broadcast here, but that is one of those ones.
Internet issues are always very, very unfortunate for wherever they happen to. It's tough for the competitive integrity of the game. Comp with a nice flip reset, though, is going to try and find the back.
Oh!
But off the post, Diora coming back from that disconnection and will make a nice save on the back end there. So some good quality chances coming through for St. Clair. Finally Comp with some life and trying to get St. Clair back in this series.
Yeah, Jay going to try to get a center up there to Fusion, but Fusion quickly back to play the defense. Comp going to send that one over into midfield. Now that's a bounce that might be too much, but Fusion, no, he's going to be able to stop that one from coming through. Loco centering this one up. Nice passing play there to Diora. And then another pass up there to Reaver, but not going to go. And we are going to see this one continuously in this midfield territory. St. Clair now in the offense for a change. And Diora, though, quickly setting this one up here now, trying to disrupt the play. Jay on the defense sent back over to JMU side. This is just back and forth right now.
I really like what St. Clair has done here in the last couple of minutes. They found their groove. They found these quality clears that they've been able to get. They set up an opportunity for a goal and a couple of good chances on net as well. And yes, they only are up 1 goal in this game, but I definitely think they could be up more. Really good saves here for JMU to keep them in this one. And if St. Clair can keep this offensive barrage, they definitely have a chance to cut this lead in the series to a 2-1 deficit.
Yeah, it's the defensive just shutdown here from JMU right now. The brick wall that you were talking about right now. Compier is here to play defense. He will flick that one away, but there's still over 2 minutes of play here. JMU still has lots of time to make something happen, and St. Clair has lots of time to still have to hold on to their lead here. So, I mean, this is still anybody's game at the time. St. Clair, yes, with that little bit of an advantage, but JMU can answer back at any second here, and it's going to be absolutely, completely game-changing. Especially with JMU leading 2-0 here already in the series. St. Clair, this lead, they have to hold on to it. They really do.
Yeah, it's been such a low-scoring series here. 1-0 games all around there. We saw 2-1 in that second one, but just not a lot of goals being scored here. Really good defense for both of these teams so far. And I really want to see someone break through. I want them to start moving up these goals in these games, because if you can find offensive opportunities for yourself, that's going to make a huge difference in this series, because right now both teams' defense just looks unstoppable.
Yeah, completely agree with you on that one there. So Fusion and Loco getting into it there, and it's going to be a nice save coming through. Diora now trying to send this one over to Loco once again in the corner, but Diora, a nice little fake there. I think that is going to be Jay going right over, and he will DK out Fusion as well. But gets the demo, finds the opening from that frag. I think, let me see. Okay.
Yeah, he beat 2 players there, but Comp came in.
The demo, and then he hits it off the car with the demo. Like, that just worked out perfectly. If you're Comp, like, I don't even think you're anticipating to get a goal there.
No.
You're going for the demo, you're going to slow down the ball, but then you get rewarded with a goal. All right, thanks.
But I love seeing that for Comp, because that is 100% risk or reward play, because if he misses that ball, if he doesn't get the demo,
it's goal for JMU.
He's already committed 2 players. So you're the 3rd player back. You're triple committing to this ball. So, I mean, that is what you want to see out of St. Clair right now, because they haven't been taking those risk reward plays, and they finally do, and they get rewarded for it. So I think that definitely bolsters your confidence. Maybe you want to go for more of those 50-50s and try and win them and get yourself an advantage here in this series.
It's all about risk-taking, right? That's what I feel like Rocket League is so much about. Now, Rever will score 1, but this is why it's nice for St. Clair to have this 2-goal lead. That can happen, and it's not the end of the world. You still have that 1-goal cushion. It's not a whole nice cushion. It's a nice little slim cushion, but you will have that cushion still there, and it is now 45 seconds on the clock. So you burned down a decent bit of time, but JMU, I mean, they've been pretty decent on the offense here. A little bit better than St. Clair, I'd say, on the offense. So St. Clair just really have to make sure they can play this brick wall defense right now.
Yeah, and that was what I was talking about. That goal specifically was making your own opportunity. You had someone go up with the ball, you pass it to your teammate, and then you have that initial person go demo the goalie, and you have the 3rd person take the shot. So that was JMU just creating a play out of nothing and able to convert that into a goal. So I want to see St. Clair do some more of that, where you make sure you are scoring goals because you're creating the play, you're creating the outplay, and forcing these rotations out of JMU that they're not comfortable with. And that's really going to make a difference here. 10 seconds left in this one. Can St. Clair hold on? Will they cut this lead in the series to 2-1, or will JMU strike back and get this win overtime?
It's nice to see this one in the JMU territory. If you are St. Clair, and you're going to end it off with a goal, and that's going to put the nail in the coffin. Fusion going to connect on his first of the series. I think it's actually going to be Comp, the only one with goals before that. So
no,
yeah.
Jay's got one.
Oh, Jay's got one too as well? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so Fusion going to find the back of the net there. That's going to put the nail in the coffin, like I was saying, and this makes things a lot better for St. Clair, but it's still scary because you go from being down 2-0 in the series. This could have been a 3-0 up for JMU, but you will answer back and make it a 2-1. Very, very nice stuff for you there. but you still got another one to do. You don't want to be down 3-1 either. You're going to want to probably win the next two if you're going to be completely honest. If you're the Saints, these next two games are going to be big ones. Especially this one.
Yeah.
This one and next is going to be the big one.
Sure.
After this, it's going to be okay. You can win no matter what, but just at least take this to 2-2 again and get yourself a clean slate. Essentially a best of 3 at that point.
Yeah, we see Jay with 5 shots in this game, just doing so much on the offensive side of the field here. Comp did get that opportunist goal, but wasn't necessarily playing so far forward. So I like what St. Clair has done here. They changed up how they want to rotate this offense, and it paid dividends for them. They ended up winning this game. It was 3-1. All 3 players getting in on the action as well. So all of them getting a little bit more offensive touch, and most goals scored in the game so far in this series. I like seeing that. I like St. Clair turning it up here, getting some more action in. And I mean, I think if they can find the back of the net some more, I definitely think they can take this series.
100%, right? It's all just about consistently connecting on the back of the net, like that being shown there. Jay gonna find this one early, 7 seconds in, kickoff goal. You can see it get there, sent to the corner. Jay, he's just gonna come in here, bounces it off of JMU player. St. Clair up 1-0. What a goal there coming from them.
That's what I like to use the word vision for, is knowing that that player is coming back, just trying to deflect what you're throwing at him, and the fact that you see him coming. And not only that, Fusion able to win that 50-50 back to his teammate there just made it so much better. So St. Clair, again, going for these risky plays, but they're realizing that it's working out for them in the end. So I think I really like the direction they're going, and I want to see them keep accelerating towards this kind of risk-reward play style because it's working out so well for them here in the second half of the series.
Oh, 100%. It's all about those taking risks, right? And the St. Clair's really good at doing that. Bar down ski for Fusion. That's going to be now a 2-0 lead. 32 seconds in. This is the St. Clair that I'm kind of like used to seeing, right? This is what we saw for the past, months until the last couple of weeks where they've been a little bit more of a halt. But great stuff from St. Clair. Really going to provide them a nice cushion in this game number 4. And this is a perfect opportunity to find your second one, tie up the series, and give yourself a clean slate.
I think they realized their defensive play style just wasn't working for them. It was, it kept the games pretty low scoring, but unfortunately, when you're playing in that kind of turtle defense, you can't take opportunities that you would have otherwise. So you see even there on that goal, it was a triple commit. You saw both Jay and Comp going for that shot. So again, if that doesn't go in the back of the net, that's turning around and probably going to be a JMU goal. But I think they're realizing Diora going to find the back of the net, though, going to score their first goal in a while here for JMU, and that's a really nice shot, top right corner. Doesn't miss those.
Oh, like it was just perfect timing. Like he was 1 second before that, and it doesn't go in. Like 1 second after, maybe not as well. Like that was just beautiful. There, just gets nice and tucked away in the top corner. It was a great center. Gave him literally a sliver of room to shoot that ball, and he finds that opportunity. JMU getting on the board, only trailing by 1 here now. And St. Clair forced to answer back, and they do. Comp going to answer back in just about 5 seconds there. This is what we need to see from St. Clair. Every time a goal gets scored to them, we need to see them just absolutely turn up. Use it as fuel underneath them to try to come back and find another. They do it there, regain that 2-goal lead.
I don't even think Jay knocked the goalie out of the net, but I think even if the goalie was in the net, there's no way he gets to that ball. Comp puts it perfectly in the top shelf. And I mean, really, we've seen St. Clair become a different animal here in these last couple of games. 6 goals over the last 5 minutes or so, just in the last half of that second game, and this started this one. It's just looked so good for them. And this is where I wanted to see their explosiveness come through, because this is really when you need to turn it up. You're in loser's bracket. You need to win these games to move on in the NACE Star League, and this is where you need to try and step up and find that rhythm that you need to move forward with the rest of the series.
Yeah, some nice shots coming from the Saints, but not going to connect on the back of the net as of yet. And Fusion actually going to get demoed. He was in a nice position to potentially find a goal there for St. Clair, but will be getting shut down now. JMU still trailing by 2, but St. Clair has been keeping this offensive pressure up, making it very difficult for JMU to just try to provide another goal here for them. But yeah, it's going to consistently stay in this orange territory. And Comp going to find the back of the net for another. That's his second in this game, and he's had a few here in the series already. 4-1 for St. Clair. And this is a whole different St. Clair roster right now.
Yeah, this really looks reminiscent of what JMU was doing to them in those first 2 games, where the offensive pressure was just so overwhelming. St. Clair looked like they were lost in their own zone. Couldn't clear the ball out, couldn't get boosts, couldn't do anything really on the offensive side of the field. And it was just all defense, and that's going to be a goal for Fusion. The double jump there for the goalie did not work out, and Fusion going to make it a 5-1 game here, just over 2 minutes in. I mean, still lots of time,
but like
for JMU, but
yeah,
don't see them coming back.
It's hard to say because I don't want to say, okay, the nail's in the coffin, that's done and dusted. St. Clair cleanup game 4, we're at 2-2. No, I'm not going to say that yet because look how much time is left.
Yeah.
But this scoreline really makes me want to because St. Clair right now just looks like they can't be stopped. Their playstyle looks very well as well, and they're just keeping this pressure on. Look at this. This is another great opportunity coming up right here. And it's going to force JMU to once again all fall back on the defense and completely takes them away from their offensive play.
Yeah, there's just so much momentum in St. Clair's favor right now. It just seems like a lot of these touches that JMU was getting in the first couple of games just aren't coming through for them. They're not able to control this ball nearly as consistently. And you see even these small mechanical misplays that are coming through for them, just it seems like they've lost their groove. And when you're down 5-1 just over 2 minutes into a game, it's very, very hard to get into a rut and say, okay, this game's lost. You start thinking about the next one. This is just, you're kind of mindlessly not really thinking about how you're playing here. But I think it's very important to stay vigilant and keep your mindset about you and say, okay, yes, we are losing this game. Most likely it will be a 2-2, but it is a series reset, and I think they need to go back to their defensive play style that they were running in the first 2 games because it was working out so well for them. Now that they've kind of gone for this risk-reward style that St. Clair wants to do, it means that St. Clair is winning these 50-50s and really taking advantage of them. Yeah,
so nice shot there once again from St. Clair, but not going to go, and this is one from Comp that could connect and try to just put some extra reassurance here for this win for the Saints, and it is going to be sent back towards their territory. But every second burned off this clock is just so beneficial for the Saints right now. It's just less time that you have to hold a lead for, and a large lead at that. So things are so far so good for St. Clair. They're just looking to try to close out this game, to be completely honest at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I think both teams are just kind of moved on from this one. St. Clair opened up a 4-goal lead, and we've seen JMU have been pretty decent on defense so far, but these last 2 games have definitely been St. Clair's offense that's exploding. So if you're JMU, you are just kind of in your comments right now talking about, okay, how do we close up the defense in the next one? How do we start moving forward with these goal-scoring opportunities? Because really, they haven't found too many. Even in the games they win, it's only by a goal. So I think they need to try and find some offense here and go back to that defense they had in game number 1 and 2 and try and turn the series around now that it will be a 2-2 scoreline.
I think it's easier said than done for sure because St. Clair's changed their playstyle now, and JMU's trying to adapt to it a little bit, but it's not easy because St. Clair is just now taking those risks. It seems like they were almost listening to us a little bit there, right? Where it's like, okay, we're going to start taking these risks. We're going to play a little bit more aggressive here now, send a little bit more commitment, and ultimately it's going to work out better because, yes, JMU might be able to find 1 or 2, 3 maybe goals here in this game, but St. Clair's got 5. Their offense, I trust St. Clair's offense more than I trust St. Clair defense.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's very, very true. I think St. Clair's defense has definitely not been the shining part of their play so far. I think their offense was always their better spot, and I think for me, 10 seconds left in this game, it is pretty much over. Both teams have kind of moved on mentally into that next game. So I'm looking for JMU to try and strike back here, try and find something early, because I feel like in those first 2 games, they found some momentum later on, and they were able to just outlast St. Clair. But I think they need to find something early and get some advantages because the last 2 games, St. Clair have struck early and they struck fast. And you pile up those 2-goal leads very, very early. It's tough to come back from because you're kind of in this mental rut from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, for sure. So we're essentially at a best of 3 here kind of now, John. Yep. It's a clean slate here for both teams. And it's going to be first team to 2 essentially now to win this one out here. And I mean, this one can go any which way at this point in time. First, I was like, okay, JMU surprising me a little bit here, and they still are surprising me with it being a 2-2 scoreline in this series, but I think that St. Clair is really now starting to show, like, okay, hey, this is what we were coming here to see, and we'll see if that continues on into this game. It all comes down to if St. Clair continues what their momentum is up to right now, right? I think JMU is staying around that same kind of skill level, but I think St. Clair's just very much adapted over the course of this series so far.
And I think St. Clair's also realized if you pin this defense back in their zone very, very hard, you don't give them chances to pick up boost to get the ball out, they really tend to struggle actually getting their quality clears through. So I think if St. Clair can keep this offensive pressure up, if they can score some early goals here, that's really going to be a difference maker, and that's how they get ahead in the series. And for JMU, you got to find your offensive groove. They've scored just 2 goals in the last 2 games. You really need to find some offense there. I'm looking for maybe Rever to find a few goals for himself here yet again and give them some chances here. Shot going to be on net, though. Fusion going to shoot 2. Loco with a nice save on the goal line there to keep this at a 0-0 part. But again, St. Clair, offensive pressure early on in the game has really been favorable for them.
Yeah, and Comp's still here playing off this ball right now. It's another center, and that's another opportunity for Fusion. Just going to go a little wide now. Jay playing off, and look at this. They're pinning them back into their spawn. Now you will allow Comp and Fusion to rotate out here. But look at this. Sent right back into JMU territory. And this is what the St. Clair roster knows and loves doing, and this is what I love seeing them do. This is exactly how they need to play if they do want to catch up wins here. And it is going to now be Fusion looking to keep this offensive pressure continuously going. Great play there. Will also hit the defender out of the way, trying to provide a little bit of a setup here. Now Comp, J. That was a risky 50-50. He's going to go for it, though. Now Comp and Fusion playing this on the back line. St. Clair really forced to play defense here now.
They finally get this ball out of their own territory for JMU, but again, it just seems like every time they get the ball out of the territory, Jay does something like this, where he clears the ball out. Comp going to be here for the touch. Doesn't quite get it towards the net, though. So it will have an opportunity here, but Jay going to find it on the wall again, and it's this offensive barrage that St. Clair have. Comp going to put it on net. Wow. They're going to go off the post and in.
Jay
finds the back of the net. Comp, Jay with a beautiful pass to Comp. Comp able to finish that one off, and another early goal here for St. Clair, and JMU just no answers on the offense for them.
Beautiful off the post, off the crossbar kind of there as well, and just going to go top corner to allow that 1-0 lead. And this is like, I'm actually 100% with confidence can say this is a whole different St. Clair roster that we're kind of seeing come out and play here now. And one thing that's also crazy as well is Comp, you can see him everywhere on the field. Like, for that play there, I thought I saw him like half a second before that on defense. Next thing you know, he's scoring a goal, and it's just like crazy to see. But Loco finds one for JMU.
That's a big goal back. Finally an answer here. Just 10 seconds later, and looks like it was just a double commit there on net. So a small mistake there from Comp. But I mean, realistically, 1-1 game. St. Clair still, I think, has the advantage here, has momentum. But JMU finally going to get some offense going. Is definitely going to help them out here looking forward. And now that it is just down to a best-of-3 series, every goal is going to matter, every opportunity. Oh, Rever with a beautiful touch there. Better save by Jay, but finally some offense going here for JMU.
Yeah, so it is going to be now 3 minutes still left on the clock. So 1-1 anybody's game. And this is a big one, right? Because with it now essentially being a best-of-3, if you can find this first one, you have a huge head start on your opponent. You are on match point, series point. Well, your opponent now will have to win 2 in a row. So whoever takes this game, honestly, in my opinion, whoever wins this game wins the series. I'm going to say that right now. That's my prediction.
Wow, bold.
And I'm going to predict whoever wins this game as well wins the next one as well. Like, I think we're going to see a 4-2, and it's going to be whoever wins this one just takes it and just runs with it.
Definitely think this will be a pivotal game. We'll see who will come out on top here. Comp with a nice clear out to the other side. Looking for another opportunity to put it towards the middle. Not going to find a teammate, though. Will be cleared out in a second by Dior, but dangerous there. Jay with a shot on net. Not going to be able to put in the back, though. Will be passed out to Fusion. Fusion looking for someone in the middle. Can he find Comp here? No, will be denied for the second. And, I mean, right now, ball just kind of floundering in midfield. No team's really getting any good quality chances. I think both of them kind of settling in this game a little bit more. Small mistake by St. Clair has led to that only goal for JMU so far. This could be an opportunity, though. Loco,
wow.
No boost, though, to put in the back of the net. So both teams getting their chances, but not really getting any good quality ones so far.
If Loco had a teammate there, that's a goal, 100%. And it is going to be a little tough there for the South JMU not to be able to find that back in the net in that play. But now with under 2 minutes remaining, it's going to be St. Clair clearing this ball out towards midfield and now trying to translate it into a play of their own. But no, Fusion not going to be able to connect on that one there. And now next goal is going to have such a big factor in this game as well, because, I mean, it's just going to set you up perfectly to try to close out this game.
Oh.
And, wait, what? That should not have been a goal. Where did that come from?
Rever
going to find that from midfield. Who? Like, nobody, they were all three a little too far.
Yeah, Jay, just a miscommunication there. Went for the touch when he really shouldn't have. Realized it too late. And that is a big mistake for St. Clair here. JMU going to be very happy with the free goal they're going to get in a low-scoring game like this that has huge implications for how the rest of this turns out. And that really is their second defensive mistake. But Comp going to find the back of the net here. Nobody going to be there in time. Rotation too late. And 2-2 game. Both teams just making very big defensive mistakes here. And it's costing them goals. So, I mean, is the game really getting to them? The stage game is really getting to both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely just so dramatic of a game here right now that when you think you know what's going to happen, when you think you know what's going on, things all change on you just like that. So Compliance are back. I think it's only like 7 or 8 seconds after that first one came through from the side of JMU, or sorry, the second one. And so there's a very nice and quick answer back to really solidify their stamp on things here now. With 70 seconds on the clock, next goal going to once again have a huge advantage. I said it just a half a minute ago, and it still implies here now. Next goal going to be big here, and St. Clair definitely looking to find that here now as Jay is looking to try to send this one on the offense, but no, sent back towards St. Clair net.
Just under a minute remaining here. Game tied at 2 apiece. Neither of these teams wanting to make a mistake. Neither of them wanted to go down and let the other team have match point here. So important of a game. And this one, both teams in the lower bracket fighting to find anything. Nice save there by Comp. Going to clear it out here. But St. Clair looking for an opportunity here in the offensive zone. Comp going to be on this one. Will be touched by Jay. Trying to find his teammate there in the middle. Not going to find an opportunity. So 30 seconds left. Can either team get an advantage, or will we go to overtime?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really a toss-up here at this point in time. It's essentially nearly overtime in my eyes at this point anyways, because the next goal is probably going to be able to close this one out with the time that's remaining on the clock here. So it's going to be really who can find their third first, and it's looking like we are going to see an overtime as this ball is just bouncing around here, and nobody really having a prime opportunity as of yet. Fusion going to be playing this one off here, potentially being able to try to find himself in his own goal now there, but I think this one should be touching off the ground here in just a moment. There is overtime coming underway. Game 5 of our best of 7, John, and it's a big one at that. This is going to be a turning point in the series for sure.
Whoever finds this overtime will most likely find the series, and I mean, it's definitely been a very interesting game so far. I think both teams, a couple of early mistakes really cost them here. We saw that second goal, especially both times, was just some miscommunication, some slow rotations, and it really cost them a lot. So I think for me, both these teams just waiting for them to make mistakes again, trying to find that one opportunity they're going to get here to get themselves a match point.
Wow, Jay comes swooping in. He takes the risk for that one, but it will not go in his favor. A little bit of a tough play, but that is going to be Comp now trying to play off the ball. Not able to as well. Now Jay in midfield with it. He will send it over one defender, but can he beat out the second as well? It's going to be some floater towards midfield. Comp going to shoot that one on the net. That's on target, but just a little wide, and Diora there to pick it up.
Yeah, I feel like St. Clair has kind of fallen into this rut again of just waiting for the other team to make a mistake, right? And when you're playing against this team, you can't really do that because they're not making too many mistakes. Yes, there was that second goal that they messed up on, but I think you're trying to make your own opportunities like Comp is doing here. Not going to find the backboard, though. Will go back towards the corner. Jay not going to get a touch on it either. Fusion with an opportunity here, but will be denied by Diora. So both teams a little bit slower here to start off in overtime. Trying to not make any mistakes, trying to find some little small one their opponent's going to make.
For sure. You know, we're over a minute through, and Jay gonna connect on it with a nice assist there from Comp. It is gonna be a center. You see that one, just a floater. All 3 JMU players are in the net, but it does not matter. St. Clair finds that one regardless. That's gonna be them down 2-0 in the series, I think it was. Yeah, down 2-0 in the series. Now back up here, up 3-2. If this was a best of 5, you would have just reverse sweep them.
Yep. They got one more game to go yet. This is a best of 7, so St. Clair job not done. But again, I was talking about in overtime, there was just both teams waiting for the other one to make a mistake. And we saw on that last play, Diora just literally completely whiffed on that clear, and it gave Jay an open path towards the net. So in the end, does take that one mistake, turns it into a goal, and gives them a series lead here. And the being down 2-0 is so demoralizing starting off a series, right? You're down so much, and you're like, okay, we have such a long road ahead of us. But St. Clair battled back. That game number 3, especially that game number 4, where they were up 5-1 a minute and a half in. Really looked good for them. This one, they had an early lead, a couple of mistakes for both teams, but in the end, St. Clair do pull out in front and take this to a 3-2 series.
Yeah, it's been crazy, to say the least here so far throughout this one. St. Clair, with that lead in the series, as you were talking about now, over JMU is just so big. You know, we are talking that whole game through on whoever takes the game 5 is going to have a massive head start. It's like playing a best of 3 and taking game 1, right? I mean, you eventually, then we're going to have to force the other team to reverse sweep you. Mind you, it is only 2 games in a row, but still, 2 games in a row is a lot harder than 1. St. Clair now just have to win one of these next 2 to close up this series and advance on to losers round 7. I don't think our matchup is ready in that regard there. We were waiting for this one for a while, so we do have a little bit there on the bracket waiting for our next game. But so far, St. Clair have been playing very well.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely think the story of the series so far is just kind of mistakes that teams are making and who's taking advantage of them. We see, I think they create a lot of quality chances here in that game number 5, and it just really didn't turn into any good goals. A lot of good defense by both teams. But those small mistakes really make such a huge difference. And at this top level, when you're playing against these players, you need to take your opportunities and find those mistakes that the other team is making and take advantage of them, because that's where you're going to find your victories. Along with those plays that you're making, this could be dangerous, so Comp going to be able to clear it out. So starting off in this game, small opportunity there for JMU, and they're going to have to find a lot more to try and come back in the series.
Yeah, I think St. Clair's been really successful when they find early momentum in games, and I think that's one thing they're definitely looking for here in this one as well. Try to get that really big aggression on early, and Jay gonna do just that. Finds the back net once again with an assist from Comp. These guys came into St. Clair at the beginning of the year as a package deal, and I think there's no regrets here from anybody on the side of Saints Gaming. They are working like bread and butter together right now, and they're gonna find another goal like there just to start off St. Clair off a 1-0 lead here. And JMU now are forced to answer back, because essentially, if this game ended right here, right now, with this scoreline, that series over. JMU's packing their bags and going home.
That was a beautiful touch there by Loco, just unfortunately not able to put it towards the net. But JMU going to have to throw everything they have in the bag at St. Clair. Oh, that's
Wow.
going to be a goal. A mistake there. Small mistouch by the side of St. Clair does give them a goal, and that is a gift for JMU that they desperately needed.
Yeah, and that's just a nice trickle over Comp. Comp's like, wait, what? That ball hit him.
Well,
He's
I would say the problem is you have Fusion coming out of the net, right? So if Comp hits that off his car the way he wants to, it's going to go off Fusion in the net anyway. So Comp's like, okay, what do I do here? Ends up in a goal.
Yeah, and that's a tough situation there. But nonetheless, at least St. Clair did start off with one of their own early, so we're not down a goal here now. So St. Clair's still in fairly decent positioning, but JMU is looking to try to find an answer back here now once again and take a lead of their own. It is going to be in St. Clair territory, but how long does that last? Fusion, Comp, and Jay looking to quickly clear this one out. It's going to be Fusion leading the charge and starting to try to pull off an offensive play. Loco, though, going to intercept that play, and now Comp trying to send this one over towards the net. Off the backboard, a potential shot for Fusion. Not going to be able to get on target, though.
Couple of good opportunities here for St. Clair. They're really pressing the issue, and this is what we like to see them do in these last couple of games, is how they've been beating JMU is by forcing this offense, not allowing these rotations to come through, not allowing anything to come past the midfield, and just forcing stuff in their own zone. But Dior with a chance here on net will be cleared out in a second by Comp, but will be answered back. Oh, going to go for the dunk, not going to get it.
This is a
Dior.
2-on-1. This is a 2-on-1. Jay's here with it. He bumps it down, but that's perfect. And there's nothing you can do if you're JMU there. And like, this is what made this 2-on-1 so good. I saw it right away. Look at Rever, sorry, he has to make some sort of decision on how he wants to play this. Once Jay goes for a little bit of a deke there, it makes it very stressful and very hard to defend. That as soon as Jay gets one flick around one player, it's a goal. And that's going to extremely benefit St. Clair. Once again, take the lead here in this series, up by 1. Still not a very comfortable lead, but a nice one at that to also be up in the series as well.
And that's what we're talking about, right? Is St. Clair creating their own opportunities to score goals, not waiting for mistakes, just being able to capitalize on the fact that there was a rotation issue there and being able to say, okay, it is a 2-on-1. You're just going to go for the goal, not even think about passing it. Jay just went for the deke and was feeling confident in himself and able to get that goal forward for St. Clair and give them a 2-1 series lead just over halfway into this game. And I mean, for me, I want to see a goal soon from JMU. I want to see an answer because they haven't really been that great at finding answers for St. Clair. In the series, this might be it, though. Nice shot, but Jay with a better save.
Yeah, Jay's been playing fairly well on the defensive side here fairly well today, as well as the playmaking here for the other guys on the offense. So still 2-1 here, over halfway through this game, though. So JMU, time, obviously still got a lot of it in your pocket to work with, but it's slowly becoming of the essence here a little bit for the side of these James Madison University. And especially when St. Clair's keeping it in their territory, it just makes things very, very difficult on them. And St. Clair's really looking to close this one up right here, right now, and send JMU packing, to be honest. It's just 2 minutes remaining, and St. Clair is just keeping control of this ball the whole way through and through.
You don't want to go to a Game 7. You want to finish off here for St. Clair. You want to get this Game 6 done over with. They are up a goal. They do have the advantage here with 2 minutes left. They can try and seal this one off with JMU. Fighting for the NACE Star League life right now, trying to stay alive in this loser's bracket. They will do everything they can to stop St. Clair from this and try and send them home packing in game number 7.
Yeah, it is going to be Comp trying to translate this one into an offensive play again. I think that's really what St. Clair needs. A 2-goal cushion changes things so much if you're St. Clair. Actually, just 1 goal from either team right now will have such an impact on this game. Comp, a little bit sketchy of a save there, but he will find it nonetheless. And it is now going to be sent back into the St. Clair crease. Now cleared out towards that JMU net. Off the backboard, not going to be able to connect onto anything, though. Now Comp battling this one through midfield. Time, though, is starting to get a little more concerning every second that passes for JMU. 1:10 is all that remains.
They need to find these opportunities for themselves. They need to start making plays because that's what their success was with earlier on in the series. Shot going to go on net, but Comp with a better save. And that was really what they found success with early on in the series, was making their own plays, getting those nice demos, getting the goalie out of the net, and finding the opportunities there. They haven't really been able to do it this last couple of games. St. Clair's pressure has just been too much for them on the offensive side. So if they want to try and win this one, if they want to try and push it to game 7, they need to try and make some opportunities and find the back of the net here. Shot going to go, and Diora going to find one there. Tie up this game at 2-2 with 46 seconds left to breathe some life into JMU.
I think St. Clair there, when it hit the last minute 20 or so, they really started slacking on the offense a little bit and started just trying, okay, let's see if we can push this 1 goal lead to the end of the game, just get out of here and call it a day. No, St. Clair should have kept up that offensive pressure, but they were not able to. Now it's going to be JMU tying this one up here. If JMU finds this next goal, we're at a clean slate once again. We're now down from a best of 7 to a best of 5 to a best of 3 to a best of 1, essentially. And we are now going to see this one come through. This next goal is going to be huge for whoever scores it.
30 seconds remaining here in game number 6. JMU trying to get this to a game 7. St. Clair trying to move on in this loser's bracket. Can they come back? Fusion with opportunity here to put towards the net, but no one going to be there.
Yeah, it was
beautiful pass, but nobody there to receive it here. Comp with a try on net, not going to find it though. 15 seconds left. Can anybody find this? Jay with a miss on that touch. Loco going to push it towards the net. This could be dangerous. They can't get back in time. Fusion going to look for the clear here. Will be able to push it towards midfield here. 5 seconds remaining. Overtime looming. This is shot going to be on net. Comp.
Oh,
nice
my
save by
goodness.
Diora.
Such a fast-paced shot, and another one from Jay off the crossbar. Comp still keeping this one up, and Loco now trying to translate this to an offensive. Diora might drop it in.
my
I thought the
goodness.
post is bouncing everywhere. Ends in the
Holy
St. Clair
crap.
crease, and we're heading to OT, John. What am I watching?
That is Rocket League if I've ever seen it. That was so close. Off the post, off the crossbar, and out. St. Clair lucky to themselves, but I mean, they had some opportunities with 10 seconds left there to put that in the back of the net for themselves. So this game's so back and forth. Any team could take this one. Comp with a shot on net here. Going to go towards it. Will be bouncing up, but not going to find it. Diora will be able to clear it for a second here, but both teams such good chances late in that game. Just not able to convert, and it means overtime is on the horizon.
Yeah, and this is JMU with a very aggressive offensive play. It's not going to go as of early, though. Now, Jay and Comp are looking to set up another traditional play, but Comp will get demoed early, but it's going to allow Fusion as the only one here to play off this one. Jay in the backline a little bit. He's going to come here and play off it now as well. Comp going to come in here. This is a triple commit for St. Clair. There's not a lot of players on the defensive side here for them, so if this one can sneak past them, this will get real dangerous real soon, and you still see it here. Now that's a dribble in. Fusion finds it. Your St. Clair Saints are going to be heading to losers round number 7 there as they do take down JMU 4-2.
4 in a row for St. Clair. They claw their way back in this series, and they stamp their name in the losers bracket. Moving on to play Team TBD, we'll find out in a second. But I mean, for this series specifically, St. Clair, so much resilience. You go down 2-0 early on, and you just say, okay, you know what? It's time we turn on the offense. They score, I think it was 9 or 10 goals in the game 3 and game 4. Just pepper it in, and it just seemed like after that, all St. Clair throughout the rest of the series.
100%. So that's going to be that 4-2 win over James Madison University once again in the Star League. Losers of round 7 will put them in like the top 8 or something like that, top 6, something around there. Yeah. And it is going to be St. Clair just looking to continue their run. They will still have another game today. That next one is going to be starting at 4:30. Not sure if it will be on the Saints stream, on the NACE stream, or on the or if we're having COD on here. We're still working on it, but neither match is finished. We're waiting on COD, we're waiting on Rocket League. We're just waiting on answers, essentially, at production at this point in time before we can relay info to you guys. All we know is the next Rocket League match will be played at 4:30. We have no updates for COD yet, and we have no updates for the match that they will be playing against. So a lot still to happen here in these NACE Star League playoffs, but it's an exciting day. I'm having a really good Saturday here, John.
I'm happy that both teams are moving on. They are going to be both in losers brackets, so for them, the stakes are very high. You need to keep winning these games, keep moving on the losers bracket, try and get back to that grand final eventually. And I mean, for Rocket League specifically, that game was really, really good for St. Clair. I think the fact that they were able to take that in overtime was clutch, and the fact that they were down 0-2, it was starting to look like yesterday where Stockton went ahead early and just St. Clair never really found an answer for them. They won that one game in OT, but after that, Stockton just kind of tore them apart. And this one we saw Comp and Jay really stepped up in the second half of that series. They made such a huge difference. We even saw in that last goal, Jay with the touch and the demo on the goalie to give Fusion that goal. And I really just think, for me, I really like this version of St. Clair. I think their explosiveness showed, and this is what they need to move forward. This is what they need to have moving forward in this losers bracket.
Yeah, it definitely looked scary for the beginning of that series for St. Clair for sure, but it was that good answer back, and I'm very happy that they were actually able to regain as their mental and put themselves back into that driver's seat of the series. Regardless, though, everybody, we are going to be back here with you guys in just a few minutes here, carrying on with these NACE Star League playoffs, whether it be Call of Duty or Rock League. It's going to be me and John on the mics here all day long, no matter what, though. So glad to be on the mics for you guys here today, and we are going to be back with you guys here in just a few minutes. My name is Jackson Pride Brown, joined alongside John Bill Bangs Udima. Stay with us. We'll be right back.